Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books of the week. These comic books are being released on April 17th, 2024. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, if you love me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, guys, you came to the right place. This video series is letting you guys know which comic books are being pulled or people most excited for the new comic book week. This data is pulled from leagueofcomicgeeks.com. This series was just introduced on my channel and it was being released on Fridays. So now it's going to be on Tuesdays. So it's more in line with the current comic book week, and it's swapping with top 10 most anticipated comics that will be released on Fridays now. So hopefully you guys will appreciate those switches as it's more in line, like I said, with the current comic book week. So with that being said, guys, let's get started and let's find out what books you guys are most excited about. So we always do 5 books that are on the outside looking in. And the first book we're talking about today is Spider-Boy. This is issue 6. This is a 28-page comic for $5. This book on the League of Comic Geeks has 2,242 pulls. It's written by Dan Slott and Paco Mandina. This book has been pretty good, and I think Dan Slott has done a very interesting job at developing the Spider-Boy character. Now he's kind of at the mercy of the person that's created him. So I'm curious to see where this goes and how does this cross over with the Superior Spider-Man comic book as of right now. So if you guys are enjoying Spider-Boy, let me know in the comments below. The next book that's on the outside looking in, unfortunately, is Cobra Commander. This is issue 4. 28 pages for the price of $4. Now, this book had 2,308 pulls on it. Joshua Williamson is the writer here, and Andrea Molina does the artwork. Now, when it comes to Cobra Commander, I know a lot of 80 kids that will probably really enjoy this book. And I think even as a non-G.I. Joe fan, you might like this story. But at the same time, it is a niche type of franchise, so I don't know if everyone's going to be on board, but it's a great story and I absolutely love it. And if you love the Energon universe and everything that they're putting together, I definitely recommend this book. Guys, make sure you try to put it on your pull, or when the trade comes out, read it then. The next book on the outside looking in is Dead X-Men issue 4. When is this title going to die? This is 28 pages. This is a $4 comic book. This has 2,369 pulls. This is written by Steve Fox. The art is done by David Baldian. When it comes to this comic book, I read the first issue and I was so not interested in this just because there's too many Fall of X books. There's too much going on in the X-Men and it's just not for me. The cast of characters sounds pretty cool, but when I read it, I'm like, man, really? And the cast of characters is neat. Like, it's got Rachel Summers, it's got Cannonball, it's got Dazzler, it's got Frenzy, Jubilee, and Prodigy, but it just was just like, does this really need to exist? They're like the B team of X-Men. It was like this was the team that was supposed to take place of the X-Men before like the whole gala happened, right? So they wound up saying, well, let's put them in their book for a little while. For me, it just didn't do it. If you like it though, let me know in the comments below. Our next book is Catwoman. This is issue 64, a 28-page comic for the price of $4. Now, this one has 3,507 pulls. There's been some nice covers, David Nakayama main covers here. These numbers do not reflect on variant covers. I just want to make that clear. If you want a variant and you want to put it on your pull from this website, you got to go on to that different cover. So these are main covers only, guys. So this is gorgeous Nakayama cover, like I said. The writer here is Teenie Howard, and the artist is done by Carmen Di Giomencio. Listen, I know there's fans out there of Selena Kyle, and they want to, read her story, But for me, I haven't read a Selena Kyle story in quite some time. This is the 9 Lives story, part 6. If you're reading this, let me know in the comments below. Do you dig it? Do you not dig it? Or do you just collect it for covers? So our last book that's on the outside looking in, grabbing that number 11 spot, goes to the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 2. This is a 28-page comic for $4. This book is on my top most anticipated list. This one has 3,591 pulls on it, written by Greg Weisman and Humberto Ramos. This seems like a little bit more of a grounded Spider-Man comic book, and there's a lot of people out there that I feel that would like to see a Peter Parker and Miles Morales team-up book on a regular basis. So hopefully people will continue to put this on this pull, and the pull list will grow. Will it climb up the charts? I guess time will tell. Let me know if you guys like that first issue. Officially in the top 10 now, we have Fall of the House of X. This is issue 4. 28 pages, $5, written by Jerry Duggan, and the art is done by Lucas Wernick. This one's got 3,788 pulls on here. Listen, when it comes to this, again, it's another X book. There's too many of them. They all intertwine with each other. It even says in this description that the other one that's out there comes together. Like the 2 series that are one come together in this one horrible betrayal. It all doesn't make sense anymore for me. This character's that character, that character's this character. We do know now that Nimrod is behind everything, and any team up that he had with like humans in the past and everything, it's all about Nimrod, the Omega Sentinel, and who cares about the mutants. That's basically what it is. All the mutants are going to fall, and then they're all going to rise from the ashes, and we're going to start again. So, yeah. Are you guys reading this one? Let me know in the comments below. Climbing up that countdown, we have Spawn, issue 352, as this grabs the number 9 spot this week. This is a 24-page comic for the great price of $3. This book has 4,084 pulls on it, written by Todd McFarlane, writer, and actually Rory McConneville. And of course, our penciler here is Brett Booth. Gorgeous artwork here. We have Spawn dealing with the dead zones expanding based off of what happened in Spawn issue 350. So all the Spawns and all the other supernatural-like characters don't have powers. And we get to see possibly the vampires ruling Earth again. And now how does Spawn deal with that? This is one of the great deals in comic books today. I wish all comics were at least at $3 price point. I can understand why they're not. But it is a fun read with great artwork. And if you're not reading Spawn, there's always compendiums out there where you can read, catch up, and then get back into it. Capturing that 8th spot this week goes to Avengers Twilight. This is issue 5. This is a 40-page comic for the price of $5. This book has 4,262 pulls. We have Chip Zdarsky that does the writing here. Daniel Acuna does the artwork. Great story overall. This is on my top or most anticipated list. I definitely say pick this one up. This is a story of just all your old men Avengers coming together to reunite to, save Earth against the enemy. This is a phenomenal book, man. And it's definitely has surprised me. Yes, have we seen similar stories like that? But, it's the creativity on what the writer can do with these characters, when they're older. I think that makes it interesting. So pick this one up. Put it on your pull list. Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue 3, a 28-page comic for the price of $5. This book has 4,849 pulls. It's written by Brian Hill. Stefano Caselli does the artwork. So if you love characters, obviously, like Black Panther, Killmonger, Storm's going to be in this book. She could be his new queen. They could have a love child together. I don't know. If you love those characters and you're not really keen on Black Panther or don't know where to get on, this might be the book for you. So you might want to consider putting this one on your pull list. It's been pretty good for me so far, so we'll see where it goes. Getting closer to the top 5. Right now we're on number 6. This is Wonder Woman. This is issue 8, legacy numbering 808. 36 pages for $5. This book has 5,094 pulls, guys. This one's written by Tom King, and Daniel Samperi does the artwork here. And it looks like in this particular issue, we're going to see Wonder Woman fight the Sovereign. Finally, after 7 issues of waiting and a little mall issue in between, this battle can actually happen. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous in this book. If you guys love Tom King, if you like Wonder Woman, you might want to consider putting this one on your pull list. Cracking the top 5, we have Titans. This is issue 10. This is a 28-page comic for the price of $4. This book has 5,172 pulls, written by Tom Taylor, and the art is done by Lucas Mayer. This book is a lot better than it was when it first got started. Our Titans are still dealing with ramifications from Beast World. They're willing to help humanity when humanity is not willing to see them as good guys, right? So it's been a lot better. Amanda Waller's pulling her strings in here. So if you like Titans, which again, a lot of us I think do, because we used to watch the TV show back in the day. A lot of us watched Teen Titans Go when we were younger. You might want to consider picking up this book and putting it on your pull list. Coming in at number 4, this is the last Marvel book you're going to see on this week's top 10 most pulled comics. Your allegiance this week, fans, lies to the DC side of things. This one is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 19. 28-page comic for the price of $4. This book has 5,199 pulls to it. This is written by Cody Ziegler, and the art is done by Federico Vincentini. Artwork is gorgeous in this book. We wind up getting to see Miles Morales dealing with his situation with Rabble, and there's a possible death that happened in the last issue. Can he rescue his friends? Can he save his other friend's life? I don't know. We'll see. But Miles Morales is a book that you should definitely put on your pull list. It's the best run that I have read since Brian Michael Bendis did it when he was in the Ultimate Universe. So a phenomenal read and a true 300 in the last issue, as we have an oversized issue with one complete story. So yeah, guys, put this one on your pull list. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Coming in at the top 3, and this is a huge jump from number 4. Dominating the number 3 spot. This is Superman. This is issue 11. Legacy numbering 856. 28-page comic, $5. This is the House of Brainiac story part 2. So a lot of you people love that part 1 and you want to check out the second part. This book has 7,233 pulls to it. This is written by Joshua Williamson. The art is done by Rafa Sandoval. Yeah, absolutely great introductory issue to this Superman event. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, I definitely say please pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this book. A lot of people are looking for good Superman titles that have been far and few between. The past year, they've been hitting it out of the park, and this is a great start to an event. Put it on your pull list, guys. Number 2, we have Batman Superman, World's Finest, issue 26. It did not grab the number 1 spot. And this one is 28 pages for the price of $4. It has 8,356 pulls. This one is written by Mark Waid, and Dan Mora does the artwork in it. Great story overall. This series has been totally consistent all the way through, guys. This one is going to have, like, was it Batmite and who's the other character that's in here? Mxyzptlk? Yeah, those guys are going to be in this comic book. So this could be a lot of fun. And again, it's been very consistent. I don't know who's really not reading this book at this point, but you should. Add it to your pull list. But what's going to be number 1? We're going to find out very shortly. And your number 1 most pulled comic book for the week of April 17th, and you want to consider this one April 16th because it's Tuesday, new release DC day, goes to Nightwing, issue 113. Why? because this is legacy numbering 300. It's a 36-page comic book for the price of $5. This book has 9,263 pulls. Your writer is Tom Taylor and Marv Wolfman, and you have Bruno Redondo. Daniel D. Niculio is the artist. There's two different stories in here. One is your main story, which looks like it's about 22 pages, and then your backup story here is 8 pages. So it's crazy how much of a love-hate relationship I have with Nightwing. I think this is a story that has been interesting to read, but it really hasn't all progressed the character all that much, right? And he's still dealing with a villain that we've been introduced from the very beginning, and his story is getting ready to wind down soon. So you got to see, Dick Grayson as just, Dick Grayson, Nightwing. He's got a relationship with Barbara. He's got a dog, and he became the leader of the Titans. And I guess that's about it. But, you guys love your Nightwing. You want to see the story. You want to see what this 300th issue is about. And maybe that's why he got over 9,000 pulls. So there you have it, webheads. There are your most pulled comic books for the week of April 17th, 2024. Did I get you excited about any of these comic books? If you're interested in creating a pull list for yourself, you can do it absolutely for free on League of Comic Geeks. Just create a profile and you'll be set to go. Again, it's absolutely for free. I got a link in the description box below where it takes you right to it. It's not a sponsored video. I'm just trying to give you a place to create a pull list so you know what's coming out each particular comic week. And guys, if you love my content, there's more right here for you to click on. And as always, remember, support the local comic shops, keep buying, keep collecting, but always read those comics so we can have great comic book conversation. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Bye.